So today I'm here with the Olympia band director, Mr. Lutz, and he's going to answer some questions about music.
All
Okay.
right.
Question number one. How long have you been involved in music?
In music.
Yes.
My parents signed me up for like this music for tots thingamajig when I was in preschool, so I learned how to read notes. And then they tried to make me take piano lessons when I was in elementary school. I was super stubborn, would not do it. So I took about 2 weeks of piano lessons. And then other than that, I started band in 6th grade. I decided to play the saxophone because it's the cool instrument and you get to be in jazz band. I wasn't going to play any of the other nerdy instruments, but that didn't last very long.
So you chose to play saxophone because it's cool? You can
Yeah.
play jazz?
Absolutely.
Okay. So why did you switch to clarinet then?
When I was, well, throughout middle school, I liked to try different instruments. I would just play them for fun. When I was a freshman, I went to see an orchestra concert. I saw the Central Illinois Youth Symphony. I thought it was really cool. They played Jupiter by the Planet, or Jupiter from the Planets. I thought it was awesome, but there are no saxophones in the orchestra. So I said, that's it, I'm gonna learn the oboe. And then I took a few oboe lessons and I said, nah, never mind, I'm gonna play the clarinet. That's how I got here. So I did lots of stuff through high school, solo and ensemble, did all district and all state. I played in honor bands, the Twin City Honor Band, which was really great. Played in the Honor Orchestra of America, which was nice. And I played everything. So it made sense to do music in college because I did so much music in high school. So I majored in music education. I played in all sorts of ensembles at U of I. Played in the Wind Symphony, the top band, every semester that I was there. I played in our modern ensemble, played lead alto in a jazz band. I played chamber music a ton because I love chamber music. And that's where I am. I'll start with music teachers. I'm really inspired by my junior high band director, for one. I thought she's just really obviously passionate and great at what she does. She's always trying to be better. I'm inspired by my middle school student teaching, cooperating teacher as well. Same thing, just like the energy and the passion that she has is amazing. Love that. And I could talk about some clarinetists that I like. I like Martin Frost and Andres Otensamer, who I think are really cool clarinetists that do, they try to play out of the box, but really, I guess conductors are a good source of inspiration too. Sometimes I think they're more musically focused than technically focused, like sometimes clarinet players on their own can be. Like Gustavo Dudamel and Leonard Bernstein and this other one I can't remember his name, Sir Simon Rattle. Musically I like a lot of non-classical musicians too. Sometimes they're my most inspiring. Like old ones like Stevie Wonder and Ella Fitzgerald, and newer bands that I just like to listen to, like Hozier and the Lumineers, Head and the Heart. So things that I find inspiring. I think I can say the same now and then. The Planets by Gustav Holst. That was the first thing I remember in middle school. We listened to it in like 7th grade band, and I thought it was awesome. I put it on my MP3 player, and it's still one of my favorites. It's cool music. I'll say that.
So what's your favorite ensemble you've been a part of?
Ever?
Yes.
I think they'd both be at U of I. Oh, maybe 3. I'll say 3. One is probably the Morton Junior High Jazz Band. That was like the time of my life. It was awesome. We just got to have a lot of fun and do creative, like cool, different things in music. Like just playing the notes on the page wasn't the important part. We would make stuff up and add solos. That was really awesome. And then the University of Illinois Wind Symphony is probably the highest quality ensemble I've been in. That was awesome, playing next to graduate students from Northwestern and the Eastman School of Music who come from all over the world and are really awesome. So I played in that for 4 years. I worked my way up to be the section leader of that group, which was really cool. Just 4 years working through that. I also said I love chamber music, and I had a great time in my sophomore woodwind quartet. We got along really well. We had similar ideas, and we sounded good, and we had a lot of fun at the same time in that group, so it was great.
So why did you decide to become a music educator?
So like I said, band and singing stuff was like 90% of what I did in high school. I loved it, so it kind of made sense to do something with music. And I went back and forth a lot between whether I wanted to be a band teacher or like a performer, a clarinetist, a lot, my first 2 years of college especially. And ultimately I just didn't see myself just playing in an orchestra every day for the rest of my life. That just seemed kind of boring. I preferred the group ensemble experience. That seems more exciting to me. And this job definitely isn't boring.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's your favorite thing about being a teacher?
Yeah, 2 things, I think.
Ooh.
I can't pick favorites. First, I think it's really cool that I just get to come and play music most of my day, which is a less lame way than most adults spend their day. A lot of people are just at a desk typing something. I don't really know what other jobs do, but I'm like, we're playing music, which is pretty cool. And the other part is just when students just do something or say something that makes me smile. Like at the beginning of this video, some 8th grader that I know walked up to the window of the band room and made this face at me. I don't know. That just makes me happy.
What's your least favorite thing about being a teacher so
All
far?
the other stuff. I found pretty quickly after starting teaching that this is a big revelation for me, that my band experience is super different than like 95% of my kids. So for me, band was like awesome. It's everything. It's what I want to be awesome at, but that's not true for everybody, which is normal. Like I don't care about math. Sorry if anyone who likes math is watching this. I don't care totally about some things, but that was kind of a revelation. Some people don't, most people don't care about this as much as I do. So it's my job to get them or to teach them anyway.
Is being a teacher like you thought it would be, like the experience? Is it how you were told it would be, or is it like a completely different
No,
thing?
it's not how I thought it would be, kind of idealistic, so I already kind of covered that. In my head, like everyone's on the same page I am and we're all just gonna be awesome together, of course. And it's not like that. I think it is how they told us it would be in college. Everyone says that your first few years of teaching are basically terrible and everything's awful, and it hasn't been that awful, but that's been closer.
What was your first year as a teacher like?
Didn't cry at my desk.
That's good. That's good.
Thought about it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It's a lot to take charge of a lot of people. The harder part is not the music part, knowing about music. It's motivating all those people who don't necessarily care as much about you to get on the same page and to behave well enough to do that. There are different challenges with different ages, like the little ones, 7th and 6th graders. So the harder part is just getting them to be quiet and calm enough to do anything.
What's your favorite band memory?
Favorite band memory. Can I say a couple again?
Say as many as
I
you
won't
feel
choose
like.
any favorites. A really great memory was in high school marching band when we were seniors. We got into the finals for the Bands of America Super Regional in St. Louis, so we got to go out on the field, and I stood between, you know, like Broken Arrow and LD Bell and like Owasso and Avon, whatever. They were all there. We got to stand right next to them, and that was kind of cool, being out there for whatever they call that. You know, when they say break ranks, then you go talk to everybody who else who made finals. That was cool. I have a really strong memory from Wind Symphony. When I was in college, we were playing this piece called Amor de mi alma, the love of my soul. And like the week of our concert playing that, our conductor, Dr. Morehouse, her mother died. And so she went back to her home in Louisiana for funerals, and she came back in time to conduct that. And I remember that she was dedicating it to her mom as she conducted. She was crying, and everyone in the band was just like, tearing up when we played it, because it's a really beautiful piece to contribute. And that was pretty powerful.
If you could say one thing to a student who's thinking about quitting band, what would it be?
Don't be a loser, band's cool. That's all I have to say.
Finally, who's your favorite student?
It's not Max. That's all I can say. Oh yeah, these are percussion gloves.
Okay. Velcro.
Sorry.
I'll cut it.
Years, I have never cried under my desk. I've just cried at my desk. She had a baby and never called me back and made this face at me